Been going to this guy for a while. Got Mac. I'm gonna see what he's got. He's here or not. Michael, the name, the owner. Let's go in and have a look. Is there any film allowed in here? This is live Twitch TV on my account. Have a look around, Mike, okay? And I'll give you a plug. That's the one I still use.
They're good phones. This is what David's got.
A guy from Apple told me he wouldn't trade it for anything, and he doesn't know what he's going to do when it goes pooch.
No, we can fix it.
Only for a while.
Well, we keep these things going no matter what.
You have a 6S?
Yes.
That's what I got.
Great phone. I use the 6S. I had the 6S Plus too for a while.
Well, I think a lot of people like them because it's like 128 gigabyte too, but you can get smaller ones, I'm sure.
No, they come in 32, 64, 128.
Yeah. Not.
We actually can change that too.
Oh, you can up.
Oh, really?
Up.
Yeah, we can do that.
How much?
Yep. Well, it depends on this. I mean, it depends. But we can. I'd have to check, but we can definitely do that with all of them.
Go to 256 maybe. That's his max. That's the max, I guess. Eh?
Nope.
Oh, you go bigger in 256.
We got a guy. Now I didn't do it, but I heard of a guy who had an iPhone 10 of Series 1T.
Wow.
Oh.
That's. I don't even want to say about that. The guy's like.
What are you gonna do with all that?
I don't know. You know, he is a pendejo. That's what that guy is. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Look, I know a guy who did 512. That's ridiculous, too. But 1 terabyte in a phone?
Yeah.
Well, you want to make sure you back it up somewhere. What would happen if all of a sudden you had a big failure like I had on my laptop?
You're in trouble. You gotta back that shit up. Always. Anyway, what's up, man? How can I help you?
Well, we talked about some
Air,
Mac.
right?
Well, not Airs like for connectivity for telephone. I don't need that. I mean, too big to carry around to talk on.
An Air? Like, oh, you're talking about a phone?
Phone, yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I know. I'm looking for a MacBook Pro.
Right.
but not Air. They're a little bit too much money.
They are. Yeah.
So, what do you got? You said you had a couple ideas.
Well, let's see. I mean, what do we have here? A lot of stuff is out on loan. Yeah, a lot of stuff. We have older MacBooks, like the MacBook 2011 with a solid state drive in it. Those things are pretty good, and those are like $400. Those are good. I don't have any here because they're like.
What about updates on those? The older they get, they don't keep them updated, right?
Who cares? I mean, as long as the thing works, how much, you know. A lot of these things peak out at, say, you know, some of them are peak out at Sierra or High Sierra. Some of them go further.
Yeah.
Depends which software you're using, you know.
Oh yeah, but some of them won't take the upgrade in the software off.
Who cares? Like, why do you want to change your software? If it depends if it's working. You're using say if you're using the right version of you're using Photoshop and it's doing everything you need to do. Why would you change anything?
Well, security patches.
That's not a problem with PC Macs.
No.
No.
I know.
It's your PC guy. You're thinking security patches. Ooh.
Oh, I know. I know.
Doesn't exist.
Mac, even iPhones have very heavy layers of.
Yeah, there's no back doors. PCs are loaded with back doors.
I'm told Macs or Apples have like 5 layer of security.
Lots. It's just the way that the operating system is. There's no back doors.
Yeah.
PCs are designed with back doors to get into it, and all this stuff out there exploits all that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right.
Well, I think I'd want something a little newer than 2011.
Well, I mean, then you're looking at an Air.
What do you got? What's the Air you're thinking of? You got one here?
It would look like here. Just a second.
I've been using PC laptops like Windows Macs, right? Or Windows laptops. I've only had 2 of them. I had one Lenovo that lasted quite a while.
It would look just like this. We sold it. We have a bunch of these. They look just like this. These are the MacBook Air. This is a customer's. That's a dead machine. But it will look just like this. And these are about $650.
Yeah.
This will do everything you need it to do.
Good for film editing?
Yeah, you can do film editing on it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there probably a program in it, right, for that?
No.
No? So I'd have to get a third party.
Well, I mean, you have to get film editing. I mean, there's different layers of film editing. I mean, if you're doing film editing, I wouldn't do it on an Air. If you're doing that kind of thing, this is not going to do it. You're going to need a MacBook Pro, like something serious, with at least a 256 or 512 drive, and you're gonna start doing stuff like Final Cut on there, or at least iMovie. But at least finally, if you're talking about that kind of stuff.
iMovie have a version called Mini Movie Maker now. It's the same company.
Okay, I'm not.
And I've been using it on PC. It works good. I mean, there are some limitations, but
I think for what you're looking for, you should stick with the PC world. Really, I mean, if it's a cost thing, I mean, the Macs will last forever, and they're bulletproof, but it's going to cost you. I mean, you're looking something. What you really need is something like this. This is a MacBook Pro Retina. This thing will do what you need it to do. It's light, it's powerful. It'll do everything you need it to do. But it's like $850. And
what version is it? What year?
Version? Such a PC. 2013. It doesn't mean anything in the Mac world, that stuff. If this thing has a solid state drive in it, this will do everything you need it to do. It has all the connectivity. It's got Thunderbolt. It's got USB. It's got everything you need.
Now, what would I do if I wanted to upload some videos out of here? Like I've got a way of getting this down to my PC, or I can go into there with it, I think. Yeah, because I have a USB here. I think I can.
You just plug. There's a variety of ways of doing it. There's a program here called iMovie, which will bring it off. You can there's a program you can put on either pro. You can put a program called VLC, which will allow you to transfer movies from there to here, and then once it's on here, you can do whatever you want to it. But this is, I mean, telling you, either you're end up spending like close to $1,000, or you're gonna end up getting a PC that's gonna spend $500 and it'll last you about a year, 2 years, and that's it, and it'll burn out on you. It depends what your ultimate aim is.
I want something that's going to last and not get in trouble. Like
Well, I mean,
with the PC that I have, you get a pop-up, there's updates to be done. So you do the updates, and then you go to the downloads and drivers. I ended up in downloads and drivers, and it called for a BIOS update. So I did a BIOS update. The file was corrupted. I found that out through the community channels on Dell.
and you're screwed.
And the BIOS locked me out. It just froze. Couldn't do anything. And of course you can't shut it off, but what are you going to do with a computer open with a BIOS update sitting there frozen?
There's ways around that too. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're kind of, what am I telling you?
$850.
Yep, that'll do it. It'll definitely do it. And if you really want to do it, if you're a real professional, this is what you really should have. This is what film editors use. This is what people use.
That's the one we have at work. The ones you worked on.
A1398. Nothing better than this. These things are serious. Seriously, these are what all the professionals use. Now this thing has a 512 drive. It's a 500 gigabyte drive. This thing's like $1,100 bucks. But this thing do everything you ever need. This is the last.
And what year is it, you said?
I believe it's 2015. Yeah, 2015.
Well, that's good. It's got the Catalina. Is that the latest?
No.
There's a new update for that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't touch it.
No, eh?
Big Sur, no. God, no. Big Sur's got all sorts of problems. The Catalina, solid. I mean, this is really what you should be getting. And you could buy 3 PCs for the price of this, but you'll have this thing forever. But this is really what you should be getting. It has the right amount of visual real estate. You can do split screens if you're doing things in Final Cut. This is what you get. That's what you get. Don't fuck around. But it's a lot of money. But you get what you pay for in everything. Like that woman I bought down in Tijuana. It wasn't worth it. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I've never been to Tijuana. But seriously, this is really what you get. I mean, you're fucking around with PCs. Don't waste your time. You know they're bullshit.
Yeah.
They're ephemeral pieces of crap.
Yeah. Well, most of them are.
They are.
And same with the companies that sell them, because they don't.
Unless you get look. There's exceptions to the rule. Lenovo, good machine. IBM, same thing. IBM, Lenovo, they're good machines. Sorry, it's done. Sorry it took so long. Okay, so just want to show you. So open it up. Then go to settings, then go to battery, then battery health. And now look at it. Better?
Beautiful.
Exactly. Right.
So I have a couple of questions.
Oh, let's hear 'em.
I have iPhone 5 for battery replacement.
Yeah.
How much is that one?
$50.
$50. Okay. And I have
To my parking. Just waiting for Michael to finish. I don't know about this one, but
This is what it says here. No, it's nowhere else.
okay.
So it's going to say that we just basically did nothing. So it looks like we didn't do anything, but in essence, it saved you some money.
Oh, you're
Good to go, buddy.
Thank you so much. And can I ask a last question?
Yeah, sure.
So I got a MacBook Air, and they have the 30 things that connect to the wall, right? The power thing.
Yeah.
It's smaller than the one that uses for the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Can I still use the MacBook Pro, being that one a 45 and the small one a 30?
You're using, let me understand this. You should go over that over again. No.
Okay, so I have one.
Anyway, that would be my recommendation. Don't fuck around. You're gonna get it.
How much you say it was? 1,100?
That's $1,100. That thing is a serious machine. Yeah, you'll have that forever. That's brand new battery, brand new 512 drive, solid state.
And what's 512? Is that RAM you said or solid state?
That's the hard drive.
The hard drive is 512.
Half a terabyte solid state drive.
Yeah, okay. And what RAM do they use in those?
It's built
8?
into the board. I
Yeah.
think.
8 or 12 or?
No, it wouldn't be 12.
8?
It'd be either 8 or 16. I think
16,
it might be.
yeah.
But the thing's so fast. It's just.
You know, I know a bit about Macs because you know at work we had those 3, 4, 5 units.
I do. Oh, I know those real well.
And they've been here a few times. So
16 gigs of RAM.
wow.
That's really good. This thing's a freaking rocket.
What, Michael? What can you do seriously if?
I'm serious. I mean, there's not much. There's not a lot in it. I mean, this thing's so damn expensive. I mean, I'd have to actually see what I actually paid for it and everything. But we got it out for 1,100. Could probably do 1,000. And that's about it. Because they're extremely rare.
All right.
Those high-end ones. People don't let them go.
Yeah. So you, of course, you got the power and all that with that power cable.
Yeah, well, it comes to power cable. Yeah.
And what you were talking about wattages and so on. Does it come with an 80 watt or 85 watt?
Always. We don't sell it. It came with an 80. You get an 85 watt, of course.
And what does it draw? You said 30 watt maybe?
No, that's an air.
Oh, okay.
An air would drive. That's not a concern. 85 watt is.
No, the thing is, when I'm remote on a lithium battery drawing power, wattage wise, the max I can go is 240 because I have a Jackery.
Oh yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got the small Jackery, 240 watt.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, I mean, if I had something else plugged into it and that was 80, I still have lots left.
Tons.
I could run my phone and all kinds of stuff.
I'm telling you that's it. Everything else is a toy. These are really extremely hard. People don't give them up. A 16 gig machine with half a terabyte of space in it. It's to buy that now in a current form factor for like from Apple, would be like $4,000.
Is that right? Eh?
Yeah. And these older ones are way better than the new ones. Way better. Because the hard drives are replaceable, upgradable.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, you can get the data off the drive. The new ones, if they go down, you lose everything.
It's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me because you only use it for work when I'm at the store.
Yep.
So I'm not really into it, but I'm going to, there's tutorials I'm sure that I can look at to learn and understand how to do stuff with it. And, yeah, I think I'll do it, Mike.
It's a hell of a machine.
Yeah, standing
That's everything else is not going to do it. This thing, you'll never have any problems with it. New battery, everything's in there is new. It's the way to go.
What I need from you, I'm going to pay for them. I need a couple of those lightning cords for the iPhone 6s.
Sort it out later. Don't worry about it.
These are the right ones, yeah. These only last about a year, right?
I had mine for a long time.
Well, we bought 2 last summer. Remember, my wife and I were here.
Really? I don't know. I never had any problems with them. I mean, they're environmental. These things are liquid. You can get into them.
Well, here, look, I brought one with me in case I needed it. And I have a little power pack.
Yep.
But look what I've had to do. and now it's not recognizing your accessory may not be recognized.
May not be supported.
Supported or something.
Yeah.
I take them down as hard as I can, but if they could make these things in a way that there's a little more
You know
forgiveness.
what? Just hold that thought.
Believe it or not, this one still works. Believe it or not, this one still works. What's that? Oh! And what do you do with those?
We
I see.
This clips on here. This goes around the outside.
Yeah. So for the new ones, I should use those.
Yes, definitely. See?
Yeah.
Right around there like that.
Yeah.
When you put it on there, then it just keeps it from screwing out. So this is what you need.
All right.
You go and give those out to everybody.
So you only need it on this end.
Yep. Yeah, you don't care about the other. There you go.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, so I'll give you a call when everything's all sorted out. Give me a day or so with it, and it'll last computer a little while.
I'll survive. I usually use my laptop to upload this stuff,
Yep.
but now I have to do it on the desktop, and it's painful.
Oh, I bet. Thank you. All right, Murray, I got you covered. Give me a day or so. I'll have that thing ready to go.
Good, good.
I'll put everything you need on it.
All right.
Seriously, here.
All right. So anybody here in Toronto looking at this, you got to come to iRepair. I showed you the front of the store. It's on Danforth, just east of Coxwell. And come and see Michael. He's a very, very nice guy.
Thank you.
He knows his stuff. All his texts are here on the wall. Apple certified. There you go.
That's it. We're all Apple certified here.
Okay, we're going to end it right now, and thanks for watching.